I lost everything I had. I'm about my paper. These other people slang for their sport like they unaware tomorrow's not promised. Life's too short. I done witnessed niggas get it all, little Dirk, and give it away. Getting backs out of the question. Live for the day. Then the hunger pains start up. And the murderous plots to set up fucking homeboys to get what they got. I mean, the ones you broke bread with and the ones you don't watch. Be the ones fucking your girlfriend the moment you out. Now I can sit here and talk about how Lil Dirk can do better, or the community can do better, or men gotta stop violence and stop doing dumb shit. Everybody not gonna listen. A lot of people still not gonna listen. Some people see what happened to him and just brush it off. They might take it for a second, like take it in for a second. Then they go back to the coon bucking dancing programming life that they have been programmed to live. You don't have to wear a G on your chest. When Jay-Z said this shit, what he's saying is you don't have to do this rah-rah hood, I'll do this and I'll do that type shit. As long as you know you have it there if you need it. The problem is everybody want to wear it every day. You know, everybody want to glorify this hood image or this bad bitch bullshit because they don't know who the fuck they are. They don't know where they came from. And this is all by design. This is what racism is. Not necessarily saying another race is doing something to you, which is part of the problem, but the effects of racism making you think that this is cool. It's cool to be the nigga. It's cool to be the bad bitch. Yeah, in high school maybe. But at some point, when do you grow up? Why do you gotta flex nuts if you know you got them? That's the problem. You can say he's a square, he don't say this or that, act this way. I don't give a fuck. You can't take the stripes from a motherfucker once they got them. You do not have to go around proving points to people. Yes, they are young and they're going to do this dumbass shit. But it all goes back to the programming. Everybody trying to live a fantasy made up life that they done heard in some fucking hip hop shit. And half the time, the people that are making the music don't even live that, especially now. Especially now. It all goes back to what I keep saying. The biggest kryptonite is the fucking music. Now I know some people are going to say, but it's not all hip hop's fault. Movies and this and that. I get that, right? I'm not saying that hip hop's the only so-called evil in the world, right? Bad hip hop, but it influences these people the most. It's the so-called black people's kryptonite, man. Until they let go of this shit and realize this is some poison shit, they not gonna change. You're not going to change. You're not getting rid of the curses. None of that. Nobody wants to let go of this fucking elephant in the room because everybody thinks hip hop is so cool. And it's not the good hip hop is the problem. It's the bullshit. It's the glorifying the bullshit. Talking about the shit and the bullshit versus glorifying it, two different things. Two different things. Just look how it affects the females now. Now everybody want to be a bad bitch. Everybody wants to be worshipped. Nobody wants to be a wife. Nobody really wants to be loved. They claim they do, but they really crying over being worshipped. That's why they want multiple men. And that's why I bring the bag and this and all this dumbass shit. It's all poison. It's all poison. And what's going to happen if you keep drinking this Kool-Aid, this poisonous Kool-Aid? You're going to get poisoned. Use this warrior mentality for survival and to make moves in life and become this great person. Not to become violent or to prove that I'm a gangster. You don't even run no fucking organization. You know, real gangsters are the people you see in the White House and shit. Nobody want to let go of this tough guy shit. It all goes back to high school and shit. Nobody want to let go of this tough guy shit. I got to prove that I'm tough. But if you know that you tough and you know that you got balls, you don't got to prove it. These are facts. These are facts. I don't got to go around holding an image and you know, and all this. I don't got to do that shit no more. I'm not fucking 15. I don't got to smoke weed or drinking none of that shit no more. Or all this other shit that people think makes them cool or hip or not square or better than the next motherfucker. I'm a real nigga. You ain't gonna disrespect me, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, where does it get you? If they not in your fucking face touching you, putting their hands on you, why are they relevant? Oh, the pride, I forgot. You have to prove that I'm the man. You should already know that you're the man. You should already know that you got balls. All they did was make the so-called men want to be gangsters and shit and make the females want to be bad bitches. And look what you got. Look what you're stuck with. Every day, every time you turn on fucking TV, more violence, more fights, more deaths. Deuteronomy 28. Curse of the Israelites. But y'all want me to believe that them Israelites, the so-called Jews and over there is the real Israelites? I don't think so. They don't fit the curses, man. Some of them over there might be, but fact is they're trying to act like black people aren't that. So that's the real issue. The Israelites lost their identity. And that's the issue. They don't know who they are. When you don't know who you are, you don't look up to that shit. They think I'm a rapper or a sports guy or a drug dealer. That's why they look up to it. Because that's the only things that they have given you to make you believe that that's the only things you can be. And the so-called bad bitch, let's not forget about that one. Imagine if women glorified being wives instead of bad bitches. The issue is not that females aren't the same no more. I mean, technically, yeah, but it's not that they're incapable or they don't make them like that anymore. Nah, it's the fucking bullshit. It's the music, dog. I want one of y'all to go right now, if you'll do watching, find one of the newest female artists and just sit down when you just out of boredom. Just sit down and listen to the lyrics to one of their songs. And you tell me if you don't see it in these women out here. Oh, but Twan, how you can't live with them, you can't live without them. You're right, but guess what? Like Pac said, you better go back to the penitentiary days and start jacking off or niggas gonna die. We all gonna die, like he said. Facts. You might not die physically like somebody came up and shot you, but just suffering from child support, suffering from not being able to have a decent female that don't want to act like a bad bitch, or even suffering physically. The bad bitch shit gotta die, and the nigga shit gotta die. It's time to be kings and queens. What part don't motherfuckers get? It's not the same. You can't be a bad bitch and a queen. You can't, because it's not the same. You can't be a nigga and a fucking king. It's not the same. There's a higher person in you, man. The problem is y'all think you can do both. You can't. The moment you say I want to be a king, man, I looked it up. I seen what black people was before they so-called got taken over in America, because all of them didn't come on no slave boat. Another lie, because they want you to believe that, because they don't want you to find your greatness. Not only just black people, they don't want nobody to find their greatness. But we talking about little Dirk, black situation. So it is what it is. But if you're a different race, watching it still applies to you too. Just on your own little thing, but it still applies to everybody. The moment you decide, I want to be a king, man, fuck that nigga shit. I'm still a nigga at heart and shit, but I want to be a king. I want to be the higher version. If you're going to be a nigga, be the higher version of the shit. Be a better version of it at least. Because I'm not here to say, well, I'm better than you because you're a nigga and I'm not type shit. No, it's still the same thing. You still never forget where you came from and who you are. That part really will always be there, right? But if it's going to be there, use it for when you need it. Like somebody try to break in your car or some shit. Not for just dumb shit. Fighting over pride and shit. That's stupid. Use that warrior mentality for something productive. Same thing with the bad bitch shit. All that plotting. Learn how to plot on fucking building a business or something. Instead of plotting on a man. How about that one? All that fucking games and mind manipulation and lying and deceiving. Shit, you could be a fucking lawyer out this motherfucker. Getting people off of shit. Something. All that energy that y'all use on that dumb shit could be used for great shit. But when will it start? How many more? How many more people gotta go? How many more people gotta go to jail or the cemetery? How many more? Oh, I fuck bitches, I fuck bitches. In any man's mind, the mindset is, damn, fuck a lot of girls. That's any man. Any man gonna think that way, but that don't mean you should act on it and do it. Just like any man's gonna say, oh, he trying to disrespect me, dog. Fuck that, I ain't having that shit. But like Gilly said, forgave his brother's killer or family's killer. For the sake of himself. Plus, God can do you way there. What God got is different than what I got anyway. So it don't even matter. A lot of y'all girlfriend cheat or something when you want to do this and fight this guy or that guy and shit. Nah, man. Just let it be. It is what it is. Same thing with a guy. Oh, you try to play me or disrespect? All right, bet. As long as you ain't putting your hands on me, oh, he's been disrespectful or whatever, bet I just won't fuck with him no more. I'm not going to jail for you, dog. You want to fight? Okay, let's make a fucking let's make a fucking tournament. Not even a tournament. Let's make a match where everybody that we know around the fucking city or whatever put in 5 or 10 and come see it. Or you want to fight so fucking much, why don't you be a fighter? And fight for money. Since you want to fight so much, go fight the best in the world. You want to shoot so much, go join the fucking army. Not saying you should, but I'm just saying. Or just fucking how about just go to a shooting range? But the problem is, especially with young people, they think they're still in this fucking high school, I'm cool, I'm the nigga type shit. Nobody want to just be the good dude that ain't fucking with nobody. Nah, that's too square. You know what I mean? This or that. But that shit is going to save your fucking life. And in the end, when everybody finally grow up, they're going to realize that you was right the whole fucking time. They used to say, Twan's gay, he don't want to fuck a bunch of bitches. It's not that I really didn't want to fuck a bunch of bitches. I just knew better. I knew that shit when I was a 15-year-old kid. It didn't take me till I was 40 to realize you probably shouldn't be just fucking any fucking female. Don't mean I didn't have the desire to do it. That's what y'all not getting. Man, I'd rather move this drug pack than work, man. Fuck this shit. Everybody has that thought, but should you do it? Oh, this bitch played me. I put my heart and soul into this bitch, and she fucked this other guy. I really feel like OJ in this bitch. But should you do it? I got all kind of money to buy all these cars. Should you do it? Just because you could do something or you think something, don't mean you should act on it. You heard when Gilly or whatever dude is poured his heart out and said, stop it, break it up, work it out. Now look, all because of pride. Because everybody else watching, no, I'm not going to be the one to bow out. I don't want to look like the hoe. Just like an incident at work a while back. It was about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. Dude, all that yelling and screaming shit. Right? All that yelling and screaming shit. But then I thought about it. I'm on top. And he want to be where I'm at. He probably trying to provoke me to fight here. Nah, I don't believe you unless I see you in a dark alley and you yelling like that. So I'm just going to stand here and look at your dumb ass. And then if you make a move, then I'll make a move. While you doing all that yelling, I'm going to save all my energy and win. So if you do decide to do something, then I retaliate. Okay, you ain't going to do nothing like I thought. All that yelling and walk away, bet. But if I see you outside, then it's a different story. But you gotta be smart about this shit, man. At what point do we start glorifying being a businessman? Not drinking, not smoking, being healthy. When do we glorify that shit? Don't you realize that they purposely put shit in your communities and in your culture to destroy you? When do you wake up and say, this shit is toxic, let's leave this shit alone? When? When do the women wake up and realize, man, this bad bitch shit, I'm single and I got 3-5 kids out of this bad bitch energy bullshit acting? Why don't I tell my daughter not to move this way? Or why don't I just wake up after I have the first kid by a deadbeat? And another thing, the reason why a lot of women have kids by men who don't give a fuck about them is because they think that the men who care about them is weak. It goes back to the same bullshit that this is hard and this is gangster and this ain't, this is soft. It's the same shit. That's why they do it. Oh, I'm not lighting the blunt and making my video. My bad. Let me get a blunt real quick. Then maybe they'll listen. Or I don't have status. I don't have a bunch of people clicking like and follow me, so they gonna think, he ain't talking about shit on this video. But I guarantee you, if I had a whole bunch of status and I was smoking a blunt and shit, motherfuckers would listen damn to everything. Oh, he said some real shit. Stupid shit, man. Sometimes you just gotta put your pride to the side, man. Not because you scared. Sometimes it's good that they think you're scared. So, for instance, let's just say I was about to pull a gun on somebody at work or some shit. Right? Versus me not doing it. Or some shit. Or just not acting a certain way at work or whatever. Now they think I'm scared. Good. Now you're easier to conquer. Now the enemy's easier to conquer. If anything, a lot of y'all are scared you're scared that the other person think you bowed out like a bitch or some shit. But guess what? Now you really got the upper hand. They think that you scared of them. Let's just say somebody try to play me at work or some shit. You know what I mean? All in my face or something. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna get him at work. But when I see him outside of work, he gonna think I'm scared of some shit. He not gonna be even ready. You know what I mean? Lil Dirk future probably gone now. All over what? Pride? Pride in programming? When people start to realize that they are not fucking bad bitches and niggas, right? The programming of it. When people realize that, then they'll change. As long as they think that this is what they are or what they should be. And I give younger people a pass, but you still got older people still doing this shit, man. Still doing this shit. Like, if I had kids, I wouldn't tell them not to listen to rap. I would just explain to them what it is and why it's there. Plain and simple. I wouldn't tell them not to have sex. I would just tell them why they probably should not do it. I would show them examples, explain to them, etc. Just like Gilly tried to tell Lil Dirk, this is why you shouldn't do that. And they didn't listen. Probably because other people in their ear, especially when they're young. It's like when you young, you know how it was. Man, I don't want to steal that car or that bike. Man, you a bitch. Then you steal a car or bike, now you in jail with them. No, y'all go ahead and think I'm a bitch. You go ahead. Because really, you about to go out like a bitch. Because you're going to be in jail, and I'm going to be trying to become this great guy while you in jail. So you're going out like a bitch. Oh, you want to fuck all them girls, and I don't. Now you got child support and a bunch of kids. And yeah, child support and a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby mama drama, and I don't have none yet. Yeah, you went out like a bitch. See what happens when you just fuck anybody and everybody? Now, I'm not saying that, like I said, sometimes you desire shit, but that don't mean you should act on it. I desire to punch this motherfucker in his mouth because he was talking shit, but you know what? I'm at work. I'm not going to do that. If I see him outside, then okay, maybe that's a different story. If it's not going to damage me, then maybe that's a different story. But if it's going to damage me or my life, why am I going to ruin my life for that person? It blows my mind when a woman does something wrong to a man, and then you are willing to ruin your life over that woman. You caught the woman in bed with another guy, now you about to kill them both or something and go to prison. You about to ruin your life over a girl that didn't even want you or fucked. It don't make sense. Okay, this person don't like me. I'm not about to go to jail over somebody who don't like me. I'm only going to react if they touch me. You know what I mean? If they not touching me, I don't have to react. I don't have to prove to you that I'm a man. But everybody want to prove this and prove that, and I'm so gangster and I'm so this and that. It's the lowest vibration of what especially black males should be. It's the lowest vibration. Don't you get it? They gave you a self-image of yourself that they wanted you to be instead of what God wanted you to be. And this really applies to all people, but I'm specifically talking to black men right now. They gave you an image that they wanted you to be. This low vibration nigga bullshit. This is what they gave you. That's not what the Most High wanted you to be. Why don't you try to be what the Most High wants you to be? That's something you're going to have to look through in yourself. I'm not going to get a Bible and pat on the Bible or this or that. That's something you're going to have to look in within yourself and with you and the Most High and figure out what God really wants you to be. Instead of this nigga image shit. It's not cool, dog. At what point do y'all realize it's not cool? Oh, because if you don't do it, now you're acting white or something. I got it. I see. But the problem is you don't even know who black people really was before all this fucking programming bullshit. And that's the problem. You don't know who black people was before the bullshit. That's why you think being great or whatever is white. Oh, that's some white shit. Being a scientist is some white shit. And a scientist probably knocking off every woman he want way more than you. Ain't got way more money than you and smarter than you with every fucking thing. But you in jail because you was cool and you wasn't a square and all. It's just dumb shit. Oh, he don't drink or smoke. He's a square girl. Yeah, and you're a dumbass. So go over there and die by the sword like the rest of the bad bitches. Because a queen woman does not think that way. Even if she does drink or smoke, she's not going to say because you don't that makes you a square or boring or something. That's dumb vibration. He's boring because of this or that. But the toxic guy is fun. That's low vibration. And then when you get pregnant, you wonder why you're pregnant by this motherfucker. Your life's this way. But the problem with the bad bitch shit is because they get worshipped instead of loved. I'm not saying they don't want love or they don't get love, but the main thing with the bad bitch shit is getting worshipped by multiple men versus being loved by one. You know what I mean? Like she's some goddess or some shit. But really she can be that with a guy that, with the right guy, but you know, that bad bitch shit don't tell them that. The music they listen to is programming them. That's why if you have kids, don't tell them not to do it, because then they probably going to want to do it more. Just explain to them what they're listening to and why it's there. If I had a kid, this rap is talking about this or this or this. I even listen to rap my damn self, but I'm smart enough to not do dumb shit. And honestly, maybe I shouldn't listen to it at all, unless it's some good shit. Some shit that can actually raise my soul or make me want to be a great man. That's the key. If it makes you want to be great, then fine. I can't even say nothing. But if it makes you be dumb and ignorant and stupid, it's got to go, y'all. But this is your life, so I can't tell you how to live. And a lot of people, it's all about what other people think. So therefore, especially the younger ones, they're going to do what seems to be cool or the what seems to be, what do y'all call that shit? Popular or whatever. They're gonna do that. Any one of them guys could have said, you know, I'm not even gonna beef with dude no more. They didn't want to do that though. They didn't want to let it go. They didn't want to let it go, man. Now look. You that young, you had millions of dollars and you threw it all away. Stupid. Everybody make mistakes, but the guy was sent, God sent Gilead, I don't know the other guy's name. He sent him right there to tell you. Just like I told somebody at my job, a younger guy at my job. I said, people your age don't have as much to lose as you. You're in a good position. Actually, you're about to you could probably make more than I made at this start in this age. Don't fuck it up. What did he do? He had a new car, right? A Hellcat or whatever, and wrecked it and everything, almost died. The next day he wrecked. The next day after he talked to me. The next day. Why? Probably because he was younger people. And, oh man, see how fast it goes and all this and all that. It's hard when people are young because they don't listen. So all you could do is just warn them. That's all you could do. But for older people, I don't know for the life of me. There's no excuse, dog, for what you're doing. I'm sorry. There's really no excuse. And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. The next person not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is there's a higher self. There's a higher self. I understand that you're from a certain area in the community, just like me. I understand that. And you don't want to feel like you sold out or you know what I mean? You turned your back on your community and all that, but you still got to find that higher self within yourself. You don't want to forget where you come from, because that's part of who you are. But you just want to turn the fucking water into wine. Nobody really telling you to change, you know what I mean, certain things. It's always going to be there. But there's a higher self. There's a higher self. Some of the traits that so-called bad bitches have are actually good traits for a female. But then that toxic shit, you gotta figure out how to flip that and make that a good trait. You're good at manipulating men. Why don't you use that to be a lawyer or some shit? Or try to manipulate numbers in a business or some shit to where you get paid or some shit. Not robbing people, but just Learn how to manipulate and move around, you know, how you maneuver shit. Use that type of brain to do something good. Instead of, I'm going to manipulate men. Dumb shit. I'm done talking about it, man, because it ain't going to matter. It's not going to matter. And honestly, I don't have no kids to even talk to about the shit anyway. So that's on y'all. A lot of y'all have kids and y'all don't care about this video and all this. It's not popular. Same shit that they be doing. All this shit. It's whatever, man. All I know is the biggest kryptonite to the so-called black community it's the music. And it's not because the music is bad, it's because the music influences them the most. So I'm not saying you watch a Terminator movie and it might not, and it won't make you maybe want to go out and shoot somebody or some shit. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying people in the White House ain't killing people with their food and all that. They just as thuggish as the next motherfucker. I'm not that racist white dude to say it's just the black people and this and that. No, I understand it's the fucking people in the White House killing people and shit too. Right? I understand all that. But what influences the so-called black people the most? What influences them the most? All you gotta do is put two and two together. Go listen to some music, and then listen to how they talk and walk and carry themselves, and there you have it. That's the issue. It's about what influences them the most. It's not the shit on hip-hop, because really it was a good thing. See, the elite know this shit. The same shit that I'm just now telling y'all, the elite knew that. This is what influences them the most. Now let's flip it. You're not getting in, they got gatekeepers. You're not getting no hits. We're not going to blow your image up and blow you up unless you talk about bullshit. Plain and simple. Are you talking about that conscious shit? Like what I'm saying on here? Oh, you got rap like that? Nah, we ain't dealing with you. We need the ones that talk about being dumbed down. Right? Same thing with the females. What do you think happened to Lauryn Hill? Why you think there ain't no Lauryn Hill no more? Every time it's the so-called bad bitch getting the shine when it comes to a new female artist. That's by design. That is not, no, she just happened to be the best out of all the people. And there's no more Lauryn Hills around this motherfucker who want to be musicians. That's not what it is. It's the gatekeepers, man. And they know that this music is the biggest kryptonite to you. The music is what makes men want to fuck a whole bunch of women. If not, then where they hear it from? Where did they get it from? I know I was a 15-year-old boy. You can't run that by me and say, oh, no, that's not. No, what influences them the most? That's the number one. What influences them the most? It's the fucking music. Now go listen to the music and see what it's talking about. And when you young like that, you don't know the difference. You can't listen to. When you mature, you can listen to it. You're not going to go out and do the dumb shit. You might listen to it, but you're not dumb enough to go out and do it. When you're young, you aren't that smart. You're not there yet. Right? You're not there. You don't understand. You simply don't understand. And now you got another guy he had millions of dollars and everything. I don't know how much money he had, but for his age, I'm pretty sure he's pretty well off. Threw it all away. Same thing with Young Thug. All kind of them. All kind of them. Same thing with a lot of females who could have been this and that, but they started listening to the music, wanted to live a certain life, got pregnant and shit like that, and now they suffering. They didn't want the guy reading a book or trying to be a scientist or something. He was too square. He wasn't cool enough. It ain't going to stop because it's already in the culture. The culture has to get rid of it, and they're not going to. Because they don't even believe that that's the problem. They don't believe it. They don't believe that is the problem. They still think it's just some racist people, which they are the ones putting the poison in your fucking shit, your community, but you still think it's them that's the problem. You're not realizing that it's the people that look like me that are willing to make this music that's really the problem. Let's stop. Let's just ignore them completely. Or not even listen to music at all until they start making good music. Why keep supporting these people? Why go to a concert and shit like that? It's not going to change, though. It's just simply not going to change. And it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. It's to the point that now they got the females. They got the female rap artists now. They literally got the female rap artists now. That's how bad it's getting and gotten. And if you got kids, your kids ain't safe. They're not safe. Because what goes in their mind starts shaping how they think and how they move. Again, before I go, if I had kids, I would not tell them, don't listen to rap music or don't watch a movie with people shooting and this and that. No, I just want to explain to you why it's there. Why it's there. Why Lauryn Hill can't make music anymore and the bad bitch can. Like if I had a daughter, I would explain to her. Listen to Lauryn Hill. I'd let her listen to Lauryn Hill or something like that. You know what I mean? And listen to the bad bitch bullshit. And I'll explain to her why Lauryn Hill can't make music and why this person is allowed to. Now, you don't want to listen after that? Then that's on you. And if you get pregnant, that's on you. I told you why. Same thing with a guy. I told you why it's put here. It's the biggest kryptonite. It's the biggest. And I love hip-hop. But all that pride and shit, I don't understand why people why do you feel like you gotta prove a point? Why? I'm not gonna hurt myself to prove a point to somebody who I don't even like or don't even like me. I'm just not gonna do that. Unless you putting your hands on me or something, you can be mad at me all over there. All the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to prove nothing. When you have balls, you don't have to prove that you got them. But men definitely not gonna do it. They not gonna do it. They're pride. You stepped on my shoe, I'm gonna kill you. You gotta go to jail and kill somebody because they stepped on your shoe. I can see if they're disrespectful. But sometimes even then it's best to just not even fuck with it, man. I'm not going to jail over you. Or prison. Yeah, I'm not going to prison or a cemetery over a motherfucker that I don't like or don't even know. If I can avoid it. Don't make sense. You could think whatever you fuck you want. It's sad, man. But the drinking and the smoking sometimes, and you young too. And people around, like when I talk to younger guys, a lot of guys who talk to younger guys, they probably gonna say, yeah, fuck girls, blah, blah, blah. I try to give them the real. They probably don't really like to fuck with me like that because I'm gonna give them some real shit. But later on, they gonna remember what I told them. I'm not gonna tell no young ass kid, yeah, you should fuck a bunch of girls. I'm gonna tell them, man, don't even worry about the girls right now. Get your life together, bro. A lot of older men, they don't do that shit with younger dudes, man. They poison, man. Plain and simple. Same thing with young females. I'm not gonna tell them what they want to hear. I don't care if it hurts their feelings. I'm gonna let them know the real. You have to. You ain't got no choice. One of y'all kids could be little Dirk. Especially if you got a son. Trust and believe me, if he's in a crowd of other males and shit, trust and believe if there's altercations, they feel like they got to prove a point. Because they don't want to look like the bitch or whatever in front of their friends. It's just dumb shit. Are them friends going to go to jail for you? Probably not. Probably not even going to be your friends by the time you fucking grow up. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple of years from now. It's crazy. I wouldn't want my son to be, if I had a son, I wouldn't want him to be like weak or nothing like that. But you gotta think though. It's a thing. You gotta think. It's okay to have a warrior mentality, but use it only if it's necessary, or use it for something productive, not just to prove that you some this or that. Because in the end, you're going out like a bitch. How? Because now you're in jail. Yeah, even if you killed, what's his name? Let's just say you did kill somebody. Now you gotta deal with karma. And somebody killed you. You went out like a bitch. Could have just avoided all that and still have breath in life. Some people in the pen right now, going out like a bitch. Yeah, you proved that you so-called wasn't a bitch, but at the same time, you went out like a bitch. So what's the difference? Oh, fucking a whole bunch of females and getting a bunch of women pregnant. Going out like a bitch. Now you stuck in child support, all kind of shit. That's how you want to go out in life? Go ahead. I don't give a fuck, man. All I know is my life. That's all I'm worried about. And if I ever had kids, then that's my life too. I got to make sure that their life's right. But until then, man, I ain't worried about this shit, man. Because people have said this shit over and over again, and motherfuckers just don't get it. They not going to get it. Stiff neck, like the Bible said. Stiff neck nation of people. You stiff neck as fuck. You're not going to learn until it's you. Because you don't think it's going to happen to you. That's the problem. Everybody's all about clout and how image. It's all about upholding a fucking image. Well, how about this? Go back, read some fucking books, and realize where the fuck you came from before they destroyed it and programmed your culture. And then uphold that fucking image. You know, the image where you rule the world, that shit. Try to be that again. Kings and queens, do that. Fuck the nigga bitch shit. Bad bitch shit, shall I say. The nigga bad bitch shit. That is the lowest vibration. There's a picture that shows motherfuckers with their kings and queens, then it shows them with their pants sagging down. That's how far you fell. Because you don't know where you was. When you know who you was, or your ancestors or your bloodline or your DNA or whatever, kings, queens, you're not going to want to do that shit no more, man. It's time to grow the fuck up, man. And I understand some young people, they just don't get it because people ain't telling them these things. But older people, I guess you just gave up, I guess. You know what I mean? That's female and male. I guess you just gave the fuck up. I don't know. Hey, the choice is on you. You can go out like a bitch or you can go out like a king or queen. Which one? So that's on y'all, man. I'm out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't gonna change. Everybody's still trying to be cool like we in fucking kindergarten. So, you know, same shit gonna keep happening. Over and over again. Plain and simple, man.